Hi, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Bramble Fox. I'm using the So Cool perspective set from the store, as well as Fox Cut number 17, which is my all-time favourite stencil by Bramble Fox. And I was really inspired by the bright colours in this set. So you've got that gorgeous turquoise title, and then you get 3 pairs of glasses, and you've got bright pink and bright green, which I love together with that turquoise. So all inspired by those colours. I've pulled out Cocoa Vanilla Studios Sunkissed collection, one of my favourite summer collections. I'm going to scrap a photo of my little boy. He's bent down on some train tracks wearing his sunglasses, looking all cool and summery, so I thought that was perfect for this layout. And I've pulled out a number of Distress Oxides, and you can see my blending brushes on the side there, kind of give it away. I'm going to go for a rainbow themed layout today, which is something I don't think I've done in a long time. I used to do it quite often, but I find it got a bit boring, so I haven't done it for a while, but I was just feeling like a rainbow today. So yeah, I've pulled out some Distress Oxides. I've got Barn Door, Ripe Persimmon, Squeezed Lemonade, Mowed Lawn, Mermaid Lagoon, Wilted Violet and Picked Raspberry. And I've tacked the stencil in place with some washi tape. I don't normally bother doing that, but because I'm swapping and changing colours, I know my hands are going to be moving a bit, and I know that stencil's going to get stuck to my fingers and I'm going to pull it off. So I've tacked it down with some washi tape to my layout, and I'm just using some Bramble Fox packaging there. I've just got the packaging that the stencil comes in and the packaging from my perspectives, just so that I can mask off the areas I don't want to use, and I'm just using one section of that stencil at a time, and I'm moving around my rainbow obviously. So I started with red and moving my way around. Not really traditional rainbow. I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple and pink. Those to me are rainbow colours. When it comes to scrapbooking, those are my rainbow colours. So my favourite 7, and I'm just going to work my way around. You'll see in a second I get so far around, and where the stencil shards turn smaller, I want to keep them quite large, so I move the stencil around the page with me as I go, and every now and then I do have to just clean it off to make sure my inks don't get muddied. I just clean the edge of this packaging as well for the same reason, but really simple to do. If you're quite new to mixed media, or it makes you a bit nervous, this is so easy to do. You can practice on a bit of scrap paper, and if you don't like it, just turn it over and start again. Nobody's going to know. But it's what I call dry mixed media, so there's no mess, no water, really simple. And I haven't used any gesso or anything on the background. It doesn't need it because there's no water. So I really do advise grabbing a stencil and some inks and giving this technique a go, because I find it really enjoyable, and it's a lovely way to add some colour to your background with the Fox Cut stencils. And there we have it, my rainbow starburst. I did skip through the rest of the process for you there. It is a little bit repetitive, but you saw how I created that. And you can see that the shards in the centre, they don't all match up, those starburst bits. And I've got some coming at different angles, but once I've got my photo and embellishments in the centre, you won't see that. There you go, all the centre parts are going to be covered. So it will just have a central design with all those lovely rainbow starbursts coming out of it. So I've added a white background to my photo, just giving it a matte just to help it stand out a bit, and I do like to have a white frame on my photo just to separate it from all the colours on the background. I'm then using a couple of patterned papers from the Sunkissed collection, just to bring in a bit more colour to the page. You can never have enough colour, and I'm going to distress those edges as well for a bit of texture. My little boy has just bought me some presents. He's drawn me a heart and a little kiss and cut them out. He's practicing his scissor skills at the moment. Bless him. And he was sat next to me and trying to enjoy the last few days of our summer holidays together. So I thought I'd sit in my craft room with him, and he's at his desk behind me practicing his drawing and his cutting. Bless him. And now he's stolen my blending brushes, having a go at that. Oh, you have to love him. Yeah, so adding a couple of layers behind my photo, distressing those edges. I'm going to get that stuck down in the middle with some foam behind it, because I do like to raise my photos up. It helps, I think, to keep the photo the focal point of your layout if it's raised up from everything else. So although there's a lot going on in this background, and I'm going to embellish on top as well, if the photo's up on foam, I do find it just helps to draw your eye to it. It stands out off the background a bit. You can see there the kind of design I'm going for. I'm going to add some embellishments around the edge. And off camera there, very quickly, I've added I've added some white machine stitching, not through every rainbow shard, but just through sort of every 3 or every 2, depending on how big the shard was. And I've extended the stitching out longer than the colour as well. Just I like the effect of that. And again, the stitching brings in another texture to the page. So now I've got my background finished, I'm going to go ahead and embellish and start getting things stuck down. But because I've obviously put some foam behind my photo, I want my title to slightly overlap my photo. So the bit that's on my photo will just get stuck down flat, but the rest of it then needs something behind it to make contact with my background. So I'm just chopping up some craft foam into really thin strips and just sticking that along the back of my perspective. And that's one of the things I love to do when I've raised them up. This foam is so easy to use, and once it's stuck down you can't even see it's there. Where the designs aren't so intricate, like you do get a bit of leeway with the space, so there's plenty of room to add some foam behind your perspectives and raise them up if you want to. So that's worked really well for that title. And then I've just pulled in a couple of the floral embellishments from this collection. Those I think were my favourite thing out of this collection, and I bought probably about 5 or 6 packs I think in total. Every time they came back in stock somewhere I bought more, and I've got loads left, so I'm going to be using those forever. But I just love them, they're so bright and colourful and they work really nicely with the colours on this page. So I've pulled out some pinks and blues, mainly to match my title and that lovely pair of bright pink sunglasses. So I've just layered a couple of those up, and then I've nestled in those sunglasses around them. And then the white pair of sunglasses I've attached to the top left of my photo. I've just got a sun umbrella and a little palm tree there as well for good measure. And underneath my title there, a little sentiment phrase that says "feeling fine." And then that is me finished. So it was a really quick and simple layout for me today. I think in total this took me about half an hour, maybe slightly longer. It wasn't long at all, and I just love the way it looks. So I hope you've enjoyed it and it's given you some inspiration. I will pop some links in the description box below for you to the Bramble Fox website, to our Foxbox subscription page if you want to check out our monthly Foxbox, or Foxbox Plus we have as well now. And I'll also leave a link to our Bramble Fox Friends Facebook group, so do head on over there and join us if you're not a member. But thanks again for joining me. I'll leave you with the last of the close-ups and I'll see you next time.